Hello everyone and welcome to your professional nursing practice NSGD 2147 for the winter 2022 semester. My name is Aldona Nowak and I will be your professor for the semester. A little bit about me. So I have graduated a long time ago, about 25 years plus ago from Centennial College as a diploma nursing. I went back to school in 2006, completed my BSCN from Ryerson University. And just recently in 2020, I completed my Master's of Science in Nursing through University of Phoenix, strictly online, just like you guys are doing your program online as well. I'm currently practicing bedside nursing at Cortolucci Vaughan Hospital here in New York region. And this is the picture of the hospital right here. It has opened last year. And I work on the maternal child floor, specifically postpartum floor. My background does include working for public health, acute care, spinal cord injury, IPAC, and about 15 years teaching in clinical experience theory nursing, nursing labs, marker grader, virtual simulation in the last couple of years during the COVID pandemic. And I have been with Nipissing University for about 9 years already. Okay, so today we're going to cover orientation. So what does that mean? What does that orientation mean? At the end of the session, you will be able to develop awareness of the course expectation, explore the resources available for you within the course on Blackboard to support you with a smooth start to the course, to the semester, and throughout the semester, and construct a personal schedule. It is so important to really get organized, however you use it, through electronic, paper, through, those schedules. I know all of you are very busy working, and I know all of you are, supporting the COVID pandemic in your workplaces, and as well as you have personal lives as well, besides the work and the school, and then also personal life. So it's so important to really map out and schedule and organize for the semester. And I will take you through a Blackboard tour and show you where some of the resources are available for you. So what is it that you're looking forward to in the semester? Think about this question for a minute. Welcome to the program. Congratulations on starting your next step journey in kind of your education, moving forward from that RPN to BSCN RN. But what is it that you're looking specifically within this course? So think about that for a minute. Okay, how are you going to prepare for this orientation session? Make sure you have access to your Blackboard. So through your PC is the best. You can use your, phone devices, but to have that full access, it is best that you use your personal computer. And it is so important that you have that course outline available either electronically or through a hard copy, because this is how the course is structured. This is how you're going to be evaluated. There's specific expectations, course outcomes that are very important for you to achieve and be successful in the course. Okay, let's look at what the winter semester will look like first. So the winter semester starts today. We're recording this today, January the 10th, and it runs until the end of April the 8th, which is the end date of the course. There's 1 week off, so there's no expectation for you to do during your reading week, which is February 21st to 25th. And your exam period is April the 9th to the 29th, okay? And here are important dates. February 21st is the family day, and university is actually closed. But that's part of the reading week anyways, okay? So just wanted to mention, if you are, searching, some support, let's say through IT department, it would actually be closed on Monday, February the 21st. On the right-hand side, you'll see weekly dates. So these are the weeks throughout the semester, and these are the beginnings of the weeks that they start. Okay, so week 1 starts from Monday, January the 10th, and it runs until Sunday, January the 16th. And once again, week 2 starts January the 17th, right at midnight, and runs all the way to Sunday, January the 23rd at midnight. Okay. Let's review what textbooks you need. So you will need this textbook. This is where majority of your learning will come from. This is where majority of your evaluations, such as midterm and final exams, will come from. It's very important that either you get this through an electronic copy or an actual, hard copy as well. So this Ethical Legal Issues in Canadian Nursing 4th edition. Okay, and the other important book to get is the APA, so American Psychological Association publication. So this is the APA 7th edition. You're going to need this book as you write your term paper for this course, as well as any other courses that you are taking this semester and through your entire program. So this book you actually will be using through the entire program. Okay, and the other optional book that I have listed here that you might need is How to Nurse, the relational inquiry with individuals and families in changing health and healthcare context. Okay, so that's optional. You don't need it, but it is optional as will enhance your learning throughout the semester. Review the course objectives and learning outcomes in the syllabus. Okay, so we'll look at this during this orientation, but I want you to look through it on your own as well. So learning is a journey that never ends. Each discovery reveals another mystery waiting to be understood. It's just a little quote. Okay, so that course syllabus. Make sure you have it, and we're going to focus on the course objectives right now. So I'm just going to read through this because this is the course objectives that are very important for you to understand what is required from the course and how you're going to be successful in the course. So this course provides an overview of the learning themes and program goals that are weaved through the RPN BSCN blended learning program. Students will introduce to the core concepts that build the prior learning and form the basic of theoretical knowledge within the professional nursing practice. Developing student engagement in critical inquiry, reflective practice is emphasized in the context of online learning. This course is designed to bridge the experience of role transition in terms of responsibilities and legal obligations that occur within the scope of practice. To provide the post-RPN students with the opportunity to reflect upon professional experiences, personal values as they transition from the role of the RPN to RN, and students will excel RPN for foundational knowledge, will explore and develop how this knowledge links and can be expanded upon the RN role. Okay, next let's look at the learning outcomes, the course learning outcomes. Okay, so this is what you need to achieve to be successful in the course. So explore the nurse's experience, the RPN to RN role transition in terms of the client, nurse, and the practice environment. Identify core learning themes connecting within the scope of professionalism, carrying critical inquiry, leadership as a pillar with the blended learning program. Recognize the relationship between reflection, critical thinking, professional development, and nursing practice. Demonstrate the importance of interprofessional and intraprofessional collaborative relationship and their role in promoting best possible outcomes among clients. Recognize the mandate, legal obligation, the responsibilities as that RN, that registered nurse role within the Ontario practice, and demonstrate the ethical basis of nursing practice and ethical decision making as a guide to practice for clients' care within the multiple contexts of nursing practice. And 2 more, explore the theory oriented of relationship practice in the intra-personal communication. And the last one, recognize the digital nature of online learning, the implication, the opportunities for human interaction within the this space available for you. Okay, so students are self-directed learners who will review weekly modules and learning, complete weekly activities, meet the deadlines. Okay, they will participate in the online discussion each week, contribute to the live/recorded session. So one of them is this one. And ask questions if needed. So there's a couple different ways you can ask questions from me. One is a general discussion post with any questions that anyone can really read what some of your questions might be and my answers to those questions. And then if you have any personal questions or if you have any accommodations that I need to know about, please email me directly at the beginning of the semester, so I can accommodate you in this course for you to be successful. The other live session that is available for you would be the librarian session. Laura Sinclair will be coming to do a live session on Wednesday, January 19th at 12:15. The link for that collaborative session is linked in here. This PowerPoint will be available for you on Blackboard as well. So make sure you have access to that. If you're able to attend on Wednesday, that's great. If you cannot, that's okay. The session will be recorded and it will be available for you to view at a later date. But I can't stress enough how important this session is for you to get familiar with the library, get familiar how to access those resources, those articles that are needed for this course, but as well as access articles and resources for that term paper you're going to be writing. Evaluated by me and 15% evaluated by you. Term paper is worth 25%. Midterm exam is 20% and your final exam 25%. Okay, so how is this kind of looking at the semester and how does this divide it? So your participation starts this week and it goes all throughout until April, until the end of the semester. Your term paper, you really should be thinking about what you want to focus on, reviewing the expectation, the rubric, and I know the first discussion post is with regards to kind of what your thesis is going to look like. So really starting to think about your paper. Your research should be starting very much soon, especially after that library session, and kind of getting familiar with how you're going to access those articles, those peer review articles, scholarly articles that are needed. And it is due towards the end of kind of the term, specifically March the 13th at midnight. That's when the paper is due. Your midterm exam will be available for 3 days, and it's going to run from Monday, February the 28th at 001 to Wednesday, March the 2nd at midnight. Okay, so you're going to have 3 days to do that exam. Once you start doing the exam, you have to complete it, but it will be open for you to do within those 3 days. And the final exam, it is a specific final exam that is the date and time is done by registrar's office, and it's going to be one specific time and one specific date that you need to coordinate your schedule to write that exam. Okay, and that date will be available a little bit later, usually about a month into the term, into the semester. And once again, it is coordinated by the registrar's office and not me. Okay, Let's talk about discussion board guidelines. Since I said there's worth 30%, and it is so important that you will be active online and do that participation. So my 15% that I'm going to be evaluating will be for weeks 2, 4, 6, 9, and 11. So you're going to have 5 different weeks that you're going to be need to go online and do a thorough research, do thorough discussion posts. Each week is worth 3%, and I will be marking that after each week. You're going to evaluate yourself on week 1 to 6, and that will be due Sunday, February the 20th, and that's worth 9%, and you're going to be using one rubric to evaluate those weeks. And this, you'll have a second opportunity at the end of the semester that you're going to submit it on Sunday, April the 8th, and this is worth 6%, and you're going to evaluate your participation from week 7 to 12th using the same rubric, but evaluating yourself from week 7 to 12 for the final. The rubrics are posted on the course content for you to review. Okay, so discussion post etiquette. So there's a few different ways that you're going to be reflecting and writing your discussions. And they have to be thorough, critical. You have to expand on the reading you have done. You have to be able to apply that critical analysis piece into those discussions and what the expectations are. So I know this is very lengthy here, but I will go over this as what is required. So you meet those deadlines, you meet what is required, and you get a full amount of that participation and the percentage that you need. So once again, each week starts from Monday at 0001 and ends on Sunday at 23:59. You will need to post within the specific weeks for the full marks. So don't post earlier. The discussion posts are going to be available for you to see on Sunday, but do not post on Sunday. Okay? Reflect on, what is the questions asking you. Start doing your research and start posting on Monday. Okay, posts in the section will be counted towards each week requirements for online learning and participation. Please do not follow the learning activities as outlined in the course modules, but rather answer the questions that are posted in the discussion posts. You will need to answer each initial post by Wednesday at 23:59, and then you're going to need 2 additional posts that are due as a reply for your classmates or peers by Sunday. So your first initial post is due on Wednesday at 23:59, and it has to be between 300 to 500 words, and it has to have 2 scholarly peer references. Okay, you will need to provide that constructive feedback to 2 other posts by Sunday at 23:59. Each post the replies need to be about 200 words to meet the requirements, and at least 1 reference in addition to your initial post. So they cannot be the same reference. They have to be 2 different references. So in total for each week, you were going to need 4 different articles. Okay. Textbook does not count towards your references. And you need to demonstrate that critical thinking, draw a connection between those course readings and related resources, examples, nursing literature, websites, and other academic literature. Do not post it as an attachment as well. It has to be within that discussion post. And I've already reviewed that I will be marking the 15% and you will be marking the next 15% at midterm and final. Make sure you follow the etiquette for the course. So, use appropriate tone, be courteous to each other, agree to disagree. That's okay as well, as long as you prove your point and support by those scholarly articles. Rubrics are available under the course content as well. APA 7th edition must be used for the posts and must be used to correctly reference for those full marks. There will be no marks given for discussions, like I said, that are not posted within that week. And there's no extension on these, as they are posted for a full 1 week. Okay. Next, let's move on to that term paper. So it's an individual paper. It is 25% worth. It is due March 13th at 23:59. Okay, make sure that you meet that deadline. If you don't, if you post after that, there's a 10% per business date that will be decreased. And after 3 days is a grade of 0 for that paper. It is worth 25%. So I strongly recommend to start working on that sooner than later, that you meet that March 13th deadline. So what is that paper? What is that term paper? What is it? So it is a paper to designate each student to develop a scholarly approach in the research that you do, the articulation of that analysis that you do on a specific topic or issue. These are the specific topics that you have to choose. So leadership, critical thinking, interprofessional collaboration, ethics, and accountability. Okay, so there's 5 topics to choose from. If there's something that interests you and that relates to the course that is not mentioned here, do reach out to me and ask, if you can concentrate on a specific topic, and my approval needs to be done for you to move forward with that paper. But here's, 5 topics to choose from, and there are any other interests, please feel free to reach out to me for further approvals. Okay, so what are the guidelines for this? So it needs to be 8 specific references. They have to be within that 5 to 7 years current scholarly articles. 6 of them need to be scholarly articles. 2 of them could be other sources. But I do recommend to, doing a thorough research and even meeting that 8 of that scholarly articles. But minimum, for the full marks is 6 of them. You need 4 to 5 pages, about 1,200 to 1,500 words maximum. Does not include the title page, the references, and appendices, of course, if they're applicable, if you're going to be using them. The paper should consist of an introduction with a thesis. And, I'm trying to get you to start thinking about that thesis, start thinking about that topic, even starting week 1. And so that is why it's included in that introduction of that discussion post. Each body of the paper needs to have about 3 to 4 points supporting the thesis. It needs to have a thorough conclusion as well. You need to use headings for this paper to organize your paper well. And that APA 7th edition needs to be used. There's lots and lots of good resources that I have posted for you for that APA 7th edition on Blackboard. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so yes, in front of a computer, yes, lots of self-directed learning, but I'm here for your support as well, and you have your peers as well to help you throughout the course, and other supports such as the IT department for any difficulty with your computer issues or any difficulties with accessing Blackboard, but you will need, a stable internet to participate in the discussion post, and as well as do your midterm and final exams as well. So let's move on to that. So midterm evaluation or exam is worth 20%, and it will cover weeks 1 to 6. and I've already mentioned it's going to be open for that 3 days for you to do at any time you like. Once you open the midterm exam, you have to complete that, so you can't stop and restart later. You only will have one opportunity to do that. The final exam is worth 25%, and it will cover everything in the course. So from week 1 to week 12. You will need what's called a lockdown browser, okay, and a webcam for both of those exams, those evaluation pieces. How you access that is when you do your practice test. Your practice test is available for you, and once you prompt, the practice test does not count towards any of your grades, but it prompts you to download this lockdown browser. You're going to need this Respondus lockdown browser on your computer that will prompt you to do the midterm and final. Okay, and webcam, a usable webcam you're going to use as well, as there will be a recording of the entire time you're going to be using the midterm exam and final exam. You got this. I know you got this. Lots of different supports that are available through here. So feel free to reach out to those when you need it. If there's any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly or through Blackboard. I will respond to any questions within 24 hours, and that includes with 7 days a week. Some of your due dates are on the weekend, and I do check my email and the Blackboard discussion posts, and I will respond to you within 24 hours. And of course, I would expect the same thing from you, to respond to me within 24 hours if you have a direct email from me, and I would like you to respond in a timely manner. Okay, let's look at that Blackboard tour. Okay, so this is your Blackboard homepage. So this is probably what it looks like when you open your first page on Blackboard. You have your tabs on the left-hand side here. So announcements, course content, general information, learning modules, and assignments and discussion boards. There's no group work this semester, so do ignore that. And your tests and quizzes are available here. Any grades that are given, evaluated by me will be posted here. And your library resources are available here as well, or through a specific website that Laura will go over in details on that date of January 19th. Okay, under announcements. So you've seen my announcements. This is where majority of my communication to the entire class will happen. You have other available general comments from the Nipissing University admin department as well. But anything that will be available for me, for the class, it will be posted here. Okay, content. Great, lots of great information and resources here. You've got your weekly course PowerPoints. Okay, so each week, PowerPoints for that are in conjunction to your book are posted here. Your discussion posts, resources, so the guidelines that I provided for you are posted here. Term paper resources that I went over in here. Here's that APA 7th edition tool. Okay, lots of different tools are available for you here. Textbooks bursary, so you can get your money back if you apply for that bursary, is available here. Useful resources, exam taking tips are available here, and your rubrics as well are in here. Okay. General information, general but yet specific. Here's that course syllabus that I've mentioned a few times. That is for you to follow, to review. Here's the course objectives that I have reviewed, the course learning outcomes, the expectations, which I've reviewed as well. So once again, review weekly readings, complete weekly activities, participate in online discussion, contribute to any of the light recording sessions, assignment evaluations, code of conduct, grade appeals. Lots of great other resources are here, but then this is so important for you to understand. So that evaluation piece, okay, so that participation, student, faculty, midterm tests, term paper, and the final exam as well. And then I just wanted to make sure that I show you what you have to follow each week. So this is your course schedule. So this week starts week 1, starting January 10th. So this week you should be focusing on introduction to the core and knowledge concepts. The chapter readings are chapter 1 and 4. Okay, so introduction to ethics and law and the Canadian legal system. And here's your assignment important dates. So this week is forum number 1. It's introduction post. This one does not count towards that 15%, but it is, kind of your responsibility to communicate with other students within the course and participate in that first week as well, kind of reviewing everything and get to knowing your classmates. And this is where you're going to be focusing on thinking about that thesis statement as well. Okay, next week, week 2, starts January 17th. You're going to be focusing on that chapter 2, ethical theories, the meaning of nurses. And then supplementary reading is Taylor and Taylor. Okay, and the forum 2, so that's your discussion post number 2 that you need to do. And this is worth 3% for me to evaluate, but as well as you're going to be evaluating yourself at midterm. Week 3 and then week 4. Okay, week 4 starts January 31st. You've got a chapter reading, number 5, and other supplementary readings as well, and focusing on the College of Nurses of Ontario, practice guidelines, conflict prevention and management, okay, and practice guidelines as well. And this is where you're going to be doing that forum 3, lockdown browser and webcam practice should be done around week 4 or sooner if possible. And then so on and so forth. Okay, so all your 12 weeks are listed here. This is what you're going to be focusing on. This is what you're going to be following as requirement for the course. Okay, let's go back to here. Lots of great other information. Welcome to the online courses, getting familiar with Blackboard. So other supplementary resources here, how to use Blackboard is listed here. Okay, learning modules. These are the learning modules that you're going to be doing each week as well. Module 1 refers to week 1. Module 2 refers to week 2. So you will be, accessing this, reading through what is required here, that aligns with that course syllabus, looking at the objectives of each week or each module. Here are your readings and some reflective practices, questions on your own. Okay, so this one you have connect, apply, reflect, and extend. Okay, but really when you are doing those discussion posts, make sure that you follow the discussion post board. Okay, so we'll go under there right now. So here are those any questions that if you have any questions for me to answer, I will reply to you within 24 hours. Here are the specific guidelines for your discussion posts. Okay, so make sure that you meet those to get that full grade. And here is your first introduction post that is due this week. All the other forums, forum 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be posted for those specific weeks, and they will be posted on Sunday, but due from Monday to Sunday. Okay, and your tests and quizzes are going to be available here. once the midterm exam is available, it will be here, and as well as your final evaluation exam will be here as well. Okay, and your grades, my grades section is something that you're going to be focusing on and reviewing what is required. So you can see that the forms are listed here, your term paper as well, participation in the evaluation from students, midterm exam, and final exam. Okay, I believe that is all. Let's go back to announcements. I will be posting, like I said, any announcements and any updates here, so please review this often, and then let me know if you have any questions. I wish you all good luck in this term, in this course, in this semester, and remember, I'm here to support your learning. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful first week.